On average, during 2018 and 2019, a police officer was assaulted every single day in West Mercia.
Hereford it's a vast area, and the policing bases tend to be located within the slightly bigger towns or the city of Hereford itself. And you can get all manner of jobs, from the very simple to the quite serious, quite complex, quite nasty. And sometimes it's not uncommon for you to be the only police officer within 10 miles.
I've been a response police officer for the last 5 years. So I deal with all the 999 calls, all of the general public issues, you know, public order, nighttime drinking, the pubs, the clubs. When I first joined, I felt like there was perhaps a little bit more respect for police. But over these last 2 years, without a doubt, or maybe 3 years, the respect for the police is pretty much on the floor.
The biggest change that I've noticed, I mean, bear in mind you're going back 15 years since I was a teenager anyway, is the lack of respect, certainly from the younger generations. They see the uniform, and a lot of them actually see it as almost as a goad to have a go at you and see how far they can push you.
Friday and Saturday nights are notoriously busy. We work from 5 in the evening till 4 o'clock in the morning, and we police the pubs and clubs. Some nights can be like you're spinning plates, you're running from job to job to job. We had a call from CCTV to state that there was a male outside the nightclub, just at the back of the police station, that's causing a bouncer some issues. We arrived and there was a rather angry male shouting abuse at the bouncer. He was ejected for being too intoxicated.
Right,
listen,
no,
calm down. No, calm down.
I'll walk home. I'll walk home.
That's right, what's going
these
on?
people...
What's going on?
I'm not
What's
shouting.
going on?
No, I'm not shouting.
Right, shush. Direct it to us.
Please.
Calm down.
We stood outside with this male and just tried to get him to calm down, to leave, to go home, whilst listening to him so that he didn't think that we were being dismissive.
No.
Tell me. Don't talk to him, please. Tell me what's gone on.
It's nothing to do with him.
Okay, then, so tell us then.
His colleagues.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, are you going to go home?
Yeah, because it's ideal to...
It is, yeah.
Everybody
Where do you live?
involved.
Where do you live?
It's quite a fine balance between listening and then trying to move them on. You have to try and find that balance. It works sometimes, sometimes it doesn't.
You're a little prick, mate.
Right, listen.
No, you're
not
a fucking dickhead, mate.
Wait.
I'll tell you again.
No.
Stop shouting. Do me a favour, just stand this side so you're not going to touch me.
No, that's all day long, because you're a copper. You're allowed to touch me. I'm not allowed to touch you.
No, listen. Stop.
He was shouting, he was swearing, having a verbal argument with everybody and being aggressive and sort of almost peacocking around, thinking that he can run the show.
You're going to take the side of a bouncer.
Go home.
I thought, brilliant, we've managed to resolve this. He's going to go off now. He's going to go find a taxi, lick his wounds, go home.
No, because
If you
take
want
the
it.
side of a...
No, listen.
Yeah.
We asked you what had gone on.
Because it's probably going to
We
cost me a
asked
lot more
you.
paperwork.
We asked you what had gone on.
And I'm not even looking at him. But
We asked you.
guaranteed you now, he's sat there like a smug little...
The type of behaviour that this man showed to us is typical of drunk people on nights out.
Have a little bit of respect.
No.
Don't shout at me and don't treat me. Don't speak around me like that when I'm trying to help.
He was very, very abusive. Lots of obscenities.
How can you arrest someone?
We haven't arrested you.
I'm shouting, I'm sorry. No,
Calm
that's
yourself
not-
down.
He was stumbling all over the place and thinking that he had absolutely all the right in the world to be doing what he wanted in the street.
Right.
Sorry, I'm not being aggressive.
I'm telling you now, that's your last warning.
Arrest me
Carry on.
then. Arrest me.
I'm gonna arrest you.
No, arrest
Carry
me.
on. That's your last
Go on then.
warning.
That's a
Are
bonus, isn't
you
it?
going to go?
No.
Why? Why are you going to stand here?
Because I
Why
want
do
you to arrest me.
Why?
Because I want you to arrest me.
Right, listen. You're being ridiculous.
Yeah, I am.
You are. You're being
Serious,
ridiculous.
that little fucking rat there, the little fucking stupid fat.
Then you're coming
Arrest
in
me,
for being
thank
drunk
you.
and disorderly.
Happy
Right, get on the floor. No, turn round.
Oh, the boss is getting involved now.
He tried to punch past me. I don't know if he was trying to punch me or go towards the bouncer. So then we took him straight to the floor.
Right, get on the floor.
That's a
Turn
fine.
round.
That's a fine. That's a £60 fine.
Turn round. No, turn round.
Cuff me.
Yeah, I'm cuffing you now.
Go on then. That's not hard enough.
We don't do it to be hard, all
Harder.
right?
Harder.
I radioed up and said, we need a van. We need someone to just come and assist with us.
Don't start. Very well, cutting in. Can you use a van back venue, please, ASAP?
As I was doing that, his other arm, as I got it round, I'm assuming he thought I was male and was trying to grab the male genitals. So he went to grab it, well, I think he thought they were, and instead just latched onto the side of my leg and just squeezed and pulled the inside of my leg.
Don't grab me! Don't grab me!
He's gone from being idiot to being violent. How he grabbed me, I could imagine would have floored a male police officer. He was locked on. He wasn't coming off. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he went for maximum effect.
No!
Little rat.
Ash, my colleague, shouted up over the radio to say that she needed some extra officers. We were literally in a van driving round the corner on our way back to the station, which happened to take us past.
Don't know his name. He's been he's just pinched all my legs, so just watch him.
Oh, okay.
Right, you're going in the van.
You do wonder, like, what goes on in people's minds to actually think it's okay to assault somebody who's a mum, who's a daughter, and they're doing it to cause you pain and injury.
Whoa.
Fella, just keep walking this way. Keep looking at me then. Keep looking at me.
He was very intoxicated, very aggressive. Every other word that came out of his mouth was a swear word.
Use the fucking dick and you do it.
501 for the log. Smashing his head all over the van. Right, go in there with him, Alex.
Usually, if you're assaulted, you don't book them into custody. So then James took over and they took him back to the police station.
We drove the very short distance, I mean, it was literally 100 metres maybe, to the back of the police station. We got into the van dock, which is a secure area where the vans pull into and then the doors close across the front. And there was already somebody in custody at this point being booked in. So we had to wait for a little bit. He's still being very, very aggressive towards us. And then out of nowhere, he starts whacking his head against the side of the cage. We can't leave them in there hurting themselves. So we've got no option but to get him out and try and restrain him in some other way.
Get the fuck off my ankle! Stop! Get off my ankle now! I will calm down as long as that stupid little gets the fuck off my ankles.
But listen, they keep holding on to you because you keep kicking out and you keep lashing
Because
out.
they're on me, mate. I've done nothing wrong.
We've got him face down, prone, arms behind his back. He is actively trying to lift me and my colleague off of him in order to get away. He's trying to turn onto his side because as soon as he turns onto his side, he can kick his legs out.
Turn on your side, lie on your side. We want you to have as much oxygen as you can. Lie on your side and relax. Lie on your side.
Fuck off my ankles.
Yeah, he will if you just stop kicking out, all right?
It was hard work for 15 minutes, especially when you've got someone who's intoxicated. They don't run out of puff. They just keep going and going and going and going.
We will help you, but sometimes, mate, you've got to help yourself. Okay?
How?
Just sit as you
what
are.
I'm saying, mate,
Just
is
lie as you
I've been
are.
arrested for being drunk in a
Right.
public.
Right?
I've been arrested for being drunk
Then
in
I-
a pub.
Which is an illegal thing in a public place.
So why do you go to the pub, babe?
To have a drink, but doesn't mean...
Yeah, because you haven't drunk and to get drunk.
Well, I've never been
Reasonable
arrested
force
for being
and that.
drunk and disorderly, mate, have I?
No, you're a copper, you little pig. Fuck off. No,
I'll tell you what, mate. I'm done explaining, fella.
Yeah, go on then, mate. Fuck off, mate. That's 24 hours. Let's have it. Fuck you. Fuck you all.
Billy, you just
Fuck
said,
it.
you just said
Nah,
about
fuck
helping
you
yourself.
all. No, shut the fuck up, you stupid.
His level of aggression was typical, dealing with an intoxicated person who at the end of the day doesn't want to be dealt with by police, and it is something we encounter a lot more than most people think. Every other word that came out of his mouth was a swear word, and then, like the flick of a switch, he's gone off again.
Fucking leave me alone! Ah!
Right,
Stop it! Ah, there you go.
I've got hold of his cuffs. His hands are sort of behind his back like this, and I'm sort of holding the cuffs in between. And I can feel him going for my wrist and going for my forearm with his nails.
Right, look.
Off my arm.
Huh? You pinch me again and I'll lock you up for assault. Right, you are under arrest again for assault, police. Now get off my arm!
He is digging his nails into my arm, which resulted in a cut to the inside of my arm. And it's at that point that then we've got to get him into custody, we've got to get him into a cell, we've got to get him away from anyone that he can hurt, because uniform or not, this guy clearly doesn't care.
Now get off me!
He'd been given multiple warnings to stop feeling for my arm, to stop trying to pinch me, to stop trying to scratch me, and yet he made a concerted effort, deliberately, to hurt me, and that's what he did. I don't take it personally. I knew what this job was before I joined it. I knew that there were people out there that didn't like the police. It's not uncommon to be targeted, and you tend to find most people just see the uniform and they don't remember the face anyway. They just remember what you're wearing, and that this is what they don't like. If I'd have done what he'd done to another member of the public, I wouldn't have got what he got. I'd have got a heck of a lot worse. It just seems to be a little bit more acceptable that because I wear this uniform, I'm expected to just take that little bit more than your average person.
I was actually really angry with him, and you think, is it worth it? Because, I mean, we've had since then numerous incidents. We've been assaulted since, and you do sit there and you think, oh gosh, why am I doing this? Because I'm getting assaulted quite a lot at the moment.
Colwyn Bay's a lovely town. There's a lot of affluent people in Colwyn Bay, and the town centre's growing massively since the investment down on the promenade. It's a lovely place, and it's a very small element that causes problems, but those problems that they cause are quite significant. I've been a police officer for 18 years, and my role is I still think of it as a good old-fashioned copper, being out there and being seen. Policing has changed significantly over the years. It used to be, ironically, more violent when I joined 18 years ago, and then we went through a period where it was relatively calm. Around here, we work in a very nice place, but that's changing again. It's getting a lot more violent again, and particularly the younger element are just not afraid of standing up to police. They are a lot more challenging of authority, far worse than I've ever experienced. Mainly, it's drink-related and drug-related. There's quite a drug problem with the youngsters. And it makes them so they don't have the same rationale and the same rational thinking that potentially they would have if they weren't on those drink and drugs. Klinos and I, we crewed up a lot. She was my probationer, so I was a tutor. We liked working with each other. We know how each other work. And it just so happened on that night, the sergeant put us out together.
Brad's police colleague Klinos is still not ready to talk about the events of that night.
We'd had a very busy night. Because there was no staff in Llandudno at that time, we were called over to a domestic incident, which was our priority. As we were driving through Colwyn Bay on Blues and Twos, a member of the public jumped out in front of the van, literally, and told us that there was a fight going on and that we needed to go and break it up. It was literally next to us. We went round the corner, and our intention was to break it up, let them disappear, and then carry on to go to the domestic incident. We drove into this car park, which is known locally as Ivy Street Car Park. There's a little alleyway up in front, and I could see a group of kids just up there, just standing around. So Klinos and I drove round into the car park to see what was going on, mainly because of the report we'd had. And when we turned this corner, we saw a large group of kids. And they weren't really doing much, but they were clearly in some kind of heated debate with each other. We had the blue lights going, the sirens were going, and our intention was, what normally happens when they see the blue lights and the tones, they run away. But they didn't run away on that night. They decided to approach the van with a lot of hostility. So we decided to get out of the vehicle, to tell them to move, to get them just to disperse so that we could get to where we were going, to the domestic incident. We were simply asking them to go away, quite forcibly in times, telling them to go away, to break it up, break up the group and disappear. We tried to push them onto the main road so we were more visible to the cameras, whilst asking for more officers to come down and just give us a hand to disperse them. Initially, there was a group of about 5 or 6 of them, but that kept growing. I think it ended up being about 15 to 20. We're now surrounded by a group of teenagers who are drunk and some of them high on drugs as well. It got a lot more hostile, with them putting camera phones right in our faces with the torches on, which is a horrible feeling because you cannot see what's coming at you. The phones were literally touching our faces. It was at that point I realised we could be in a lot of trouble here, because I didn't know how far away my colleagues were.
It was the early hours in the morning, and we was doing a search for premises when we become aware of some trouble in Colwyn Bay town centre. Due to the nature of the task we were on, we couldn't actually leave at that time. You do want to go, but because of the legislation you're doing it under, the search needed completing. You can only enter the property once.
We managed to move them back. One of the ringleaders, he was the one that was aiming the most aggression. The others were shouting at us and swearing at us, but he looked a little bit older than the others. I decided that he'd overstepped the mark and I arrested him.
You want to go and help your colleagues, but you've also got to remember what you're doing as well. Thankfully, there was a lot of officers that responded.
My colleagues, because they were only down the road, they were all there pretty quickly, a couple of minutes. My intention was remove him from the group, and hopefully, if we remove that one person, the others then decide to disperse. Me and another colleague took him from Woodlands Road back across Abergele Road to the van. He changed as soon as we took hold of him. He changed. He was apologetic. He was crying. He was getting upset. So I thought we'll put him in the van, which was still parked across the road. And I drove the van back round to where the rest of the officers were. I still had a domestic that I had to go to in Llandudno, which to me is a priority over some kids being antisocial. So my intention was to get this guy's details and take him home, drop him off at home, and I could deal with him again when he wasn't intoxicated. The group dispersed. All the officers went back about their normal business. leaving Llynnos and I there again. And he'd calmed down. He was protesting from the back of the van that he wouldn't cause any trouble. And I told him that I was taking him home. All I needed off him was an address. He initially gave me an address, but it was literally within the town centre. It was in a 2-second walk of where we were, and I explained to him that that wasn't a suitable address because I believed he'd come straight back out. He gave me another address, but I needed to check that that address was one that I could take him to. As I was talking to him in order to get that address from him, he started to get very aggressive again, very argumentative and hostile. So I closed the custody door again because I didn't want him to get excitable. He did appear through the door to have calmed down. I opened it up and said, "Give me that address so we can take you home." And at that point, he's exploded out of the van. I'd taken hold of him and a scuffle started. And he started swinging punches. One of them connected with my eye socket. And it floored me. And I was unconscious then. I was unconscious for 90 seconds approximately. I'm in the middle of quite a dark, busy road with cars coming towards me. Thankfully, Llynnos was there. She's taken hold of the defendant just as he's taken a swing with his foot towards my head, and she stopped that from happening. And then she's been punched to the face, flung around and assaulted, a punch to the hand and arm numerous times. It's quite horrific. He managed to get away from Llynnos purely because he slips his jacket off. Even though Llynnos had been attacked, she carried on running after him. I believe it was when I was on the floor, Llynnos pressed her red 1 button, as we call it, to get help, to get urgent help, while she was being flung around. As soon as you hear that tone, everything stops. Because it doesn't get pressed very often. People don't just press it because they want to talk on the radio. They press it because they need help now. Once the red 1 was pressed, there was officers there very quickly. But it wasn't until some time later that I kind of realised what was going on.
The search was finished in Colwyn Bay when the activation went off. You could just hear shouting in the background. I think I could hear Llynnos's voice. And it was then we heard the CCTV operator inform the control room that there was an officer lay on the floor. So we headed along Abergele Road. And as we come over the brow of the hill, I've seen our sergeant, and he was pointing down one of the side streets. And so I've immediately turned the car down the side street, and on there's a back alleyway. And as I've looked up the alleyway, there was a male person running. Myself and my colleague have run down the alleyway. When we got in the car park, there was nobody to be seen. And then as I've been coming through the car park, I heard a noise under a car which has drawn my attention. And then I've immediately seen the male that I'd seen running up the alleyway underneath the car. I then drew my taser and started shouting instructions to the male to get out from underneath the car, telling him that he did have a red dot on his chest. He eventually rolled out and other officers joined and we were able to get him handcuffed. And then I arrested him for the 2 assaults on the police. I made my way to the scene where Brad and Llynnos were still awaiting transport to hospital.
It was a horrible feeling. I was totally bemused about what had happened, to be honest. Because the last I remember, I was taking somebody home, and then I'm waking up, properly waking up in hospital, with Llynnos next to me, who could hardly move, and she was black and blue. My injuries were quite light in comparison. I had a severely swollen eye socket. It was badly bruised. It looked really bad. And the concussion was the worst thing. They suspected that I had a fracture, but luckily I didn't. On the night, people thought that my injury was worse, but by no way was it, which gets me quite emotional now because as a result of what's happened, you know, Llynnos has got a serious injury. She still can't use her dominant hand, her right hand, because of the significant damage that's been caused by him to her. She can't drive, she can't grip anything, and ultimately her career's in the balance because of him. Because of Llynnos's injury, and we were waiting for medical reports, it seemed to take an eternity for him to be charged. He eventually was charged with a Section 47 assault on myself, and what we call a Section 20 wounding on Llynnos. Quite rightly, he was charged with a more significant assault on Llynnos than myself. In 18 years, this is by far the worst assault that I've ever had personally. And it's also the worst injury that I've seen to an officer in terms of longevity of injury. Because what's it been now? 9 months, 10 months since it happened, and Llynnos is still no better. She's no further on. And potentially she's got a long, long road of recovery, and that shouldn't happen. Llynnos is still suffering. He's not getting any additional penalty for what he's done to Llynnos or I. I'm still very angry. I'm still quite emotional about it. The public need us to be strong. It would have been nice if the court system would have backed us up, to make it as if a justification for us doing what we do. Because at the moment, we don't feel like there is much justification for going out there and getting hurt.